So it was the summer going into 10th grade, I believe. I had like this little lump forming on like the inside of my foot. And like I showed my mom and like I think we went to a doctor, but she's like, oh, if it gets bigger, let me know. But like I'm an idiot kid and like I'm looking at it every day. I didn't realize like it got pretty big, you know. And then we were at the beach one day. My mom was like, "What happened? Like you weren't telling me about this." It was like something like, I would say went from like pea size to like golf ball size.
Wow.
And like pretty quick.
Wow.
But like I didn't realize. Like I was a dumb kid. Like that sounds so dumb saying, but like I just didn't think anything of it. Long story short, we get the surgery. It's to remove it, do the biopsy. It's synovial sarcoma. It's a type of soft tissue cancer. But they say, hey, we think we caught it early enough. We think you're fine. But just in case, get chest x-rays every month. Because if it comes back, that's where it's going to go.
What?
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a science behind it. I don't know.
Right.
So that was like the summer going into 10th grade. Got the chest x-ray every month. And then summer going into 11th grade, they found 2 little tumors in one lung and one in the other. So like that meant it was in the blood, like it spread, it could be anywhere, it could go anywhere. So now it's like, oh shit. You know, like now it's like legit. What are
you thinking?
Like, what do you think? You know, like now it's like not a joke. Now it's like, okay, you have to get the surgery. You have to get the chemotherapy. You're going to lose your hair, all that stuff. Like all that stuff is like, you might die, you know, all that stuff is like a reality.
So you did get the chemotherapy?
All that stuff, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How old were you?
I was in 11th grade, so 15, 16, I'm not sure. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I missed the entire 11th grade because I kept getting like sick. Not from the cancer, from like, because your blood cells, they're like, you're like, you can get sick for anything. So I went to like,
killing the
good
and the bad.
Yeah, I don't know all the terms, I'm sorry, but like.
Well, chemotherapy, that's the thing about it. It kills everything.
So I remember like almost going into like septic shock. I think that's what it's called once. I'm almost dying once, like not from the cancer, just from having no immune system.
Right.
And that whole year sucked. There's no.
So is that when you were a Make-A-Wish kid?
Yes, I was a Make-A-Wish kid then. It's funny, my wish was that I wanted to have all the title belts. They just made these like real leather, like now they're like, you can buy them anywhere, but at the time like it was just crappy like foam titles, but now they made the real, so I wanted all the titles. My mom's like, no, come on, we'll buy you the titles, which they did. It's like, pick something else. So my family and I went to Disney World. It was a great trip down.
So they really thought, like, to be a Make-A-Wish kid, they think you might die, right? Is that the way it works?
I don't know the logistics, but yeah, I guess so.
Or is it just because you're suffering so much?
I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely was not doing good.
But you didn't talk about that.
I never wanted that to be my story. Not that I was embarrassed or ashamed of it or anything. I just never wanted to be like the cancer guy or the cancer wrestler. You know, I wanted to make it and then tell my story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
I wanted to. I didn't hide it. You know, I have a scar on my chest. When people ask me like, "What's that scar from?" I would tell them.
Yeah.
You know.
So seeing that WWE does so much with Make-A-Wish,
right?
How does that make you feel? And
it's great. So I love being
granted wishes.
No, I've never granted wishes. Like no one's ever wished for Zack Ryder, but I've been a part where they want to meet the superstars, or they come backstage to meet Cena, and we go and meet all them.
Yeah.
You know, or it's great like giving back to see these kids and go to the events, and oh man, it's awesome because I remember being on the other side of it. I'm not saying I remember being the sick kid, but I remember being the fan